Welcome to the InfoMullet YouTube channel. If you enjoy this content, please like or share. And if you'd like to support the InfoMullet by becoming a mulleteer, visit us on Patreon. We appreciate your support. People have asked why I call it Wave 1.5. And I wanted to kind of describe that because there's been this question of, well, is this just the second wave? You know, we had the first wave and people talk about the second wave. So when we look at behavior modes for pandemics and in the systems thinking, we do a lot with behavior modes in general, not just pandemics, but like economics, business cycles, all that. A wave is defined by a peak, the crest, and a trough. And the peak is at its high point and the trough is its minimal low point. And of course, this depends on what you're looking at. If you're looking at a county or a zip code or a city or a state or a country or a world, all of these could have different wave patterns. Traditionally, a wave is defined as when you have a trough low point, it goes up to a peak and it goes back down to that trough low point. Since the trough is the minimal point, if it doesn't go back down to where it started from, it's not technically a wave. And what I mean by that is you see some countries that have done this well. South Korea, they went from 0 infections per day, they had up to a peak, and then it's down, and they've had many days with 0 infections. Some are not at 0, like Germany's not at 0 by any stretch, but it's very close. And we're talking about a scale of thousands of infections a day. Having a few dozen new infections a day is close enough to say, okay, they've had their wave 1. But in the US, we had 0 infections. We got the first outbreak. We went up to our peak. We dropped, and then we only dropped partway back down that initial ramp up. And we stayed flat there for most of May and June, really, and you started to see the acceleration. I began calling Wave 1.5 returning as we were heading into Memorial Day weekend, and then it began accelerating, and now it's really prevalent. So this is why you see this discussion for me, Wave 1.5. We've never left Wave 1. It's a continuation. And the problem it means is at the rate of infections we have now and the rate of spread we have now, I don't really see how we can control this other than very drastic measures. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to follow the InfoMullet, visit us on Facebook or Twitter. And if you'd like notifications when we post new video content, click on the red subscribe button below the video. If you've ever wanted to become a mulleteer and support the InfoMullet, visit us on Patreon. We appreciate the support.